Previously on Homesteady. We've done 2 doses now. Is it pretty common to see like this problem just continue like this?
Yeah.
So we booked an appointment. Unfortunately, we can't get her out until next week.
Update on Lacey. We're gonna kind of throw everything we got at her. Take the advice of lots of commenters, give her some B complex. What else are we gonna do?
Is it bad?
There's been ups and downs and times where I think, oh, she's gonna pull through, and times where I think, oh, maybe she's not. And today's one of those times where I'm thinking maybe not. We got the vet. He's gonna be here in 20 minutes. And we're gonna talk to the vet, have him look at her, see what he thinks is wrong, if there's something different, something we can do different. And we'll have an update for you after the vet visit. So, stay tuned. We've been, so just to give you a little history, we've been working with, she kidded back, still just declining. We actually lost a goat.
Anymore, it seems like even, validation or safeguard, manicure, you might as well just squirt in her ear. It just doesn't. That's what. So what we're gonna do, I have a different one. That's what we're doing. It's Levanosol, so it's a different family.
Well, if we keep postponing it, I'll be mad, so.
Tell us what you're doing.
Okay, this is our last stand here against these worms we're dealing with. Specifically barber pole worms. We had the vet out. He said using Safeguard, which is one of the wormers that our previous vet told us to use with her, using febendazole is like does no good. He said it's like squirting it in their ear. So it's official. Febendazole is not working here in Western PA. Now we're doing Quest or Levanosol hydrochloride.
Is that Quest?
Yeah.
That's what,
sorry, did I say Quest? Levanosol.
We'll put the name brand.
Using Levanosol. Yeah, and we've also got some iron to give her, and that is what someone else suggested. Rose suggested for us. Rose from Wholesome Roots channel also suggested the iron, which is what the vet said to do too. So, across the board we got our iron, we're giving her the B vitamins, and this wormer. Let's do it. We're gonna...
Always make this too short for me. I always.
Because you're gigantic.
What can I say? Can I trade you?
Sure.
The vet came. It was a really good visit. Not what I was expecting. I was really expecting him to show up and be like, "Yep, she's a goner." That's how looking at her. She just looked like she's so skinny and she's just losing so much weight. But he's very hopeful. We originally had scheduled our regular vet, who we've been using for all our animals, to come out. But they couldn't make it out till next week. And we scheduled the appointment because, hey, let's make the appointment, we can make it. When we called him, he said he could come today. So that was like, no, that's much better. So we got him here. And this guy, you could tell he's a large animal vet. He probably works more with large animals. He was very switched on to this problem. He told me a story of a farm down the road that's got goats.
That he went to just before us.
Just before us.
Yeah.
He said just before he came here, he was at a farm down the road, same problem, but with a lot more goats, all suffering from barber pole worm, and he said it's the same thing. He switched them to this protocol, and they already are doing better. So he's really hopeful that we're gonna see improvements with Lacy. I asked him, if this doesn't work, what does that mean? He said, if this doesn't work, there's worms in her we can't kill, and then it's time to call. But he was not worried about that. He says, you use this. I asked him about the dewormers we've been using, because we have been doing fecals and been treating with dewormers. Is it something we're doing wrong? I said, we've been using febendazole and ivermectin. And he said, here in our area, the worms have become so, what's the word?
Resistant?
So resistant to those drugs, you might as well be squirting it in the goat's ear.
You took my line. That was my funny line.
But you said it wrong.
What did I? Oh, you're a bum.
Always.
I said it awesomely.
You said it so right.
Where's my scoop? Where's my scoop?
No, that's the kids. I don't touch your scoops.
It's better.
So I'm in a great mood, because I feel like, okay, we were doing something, we were trying hard, but it was the wrong thing. Getting the vet out here who knows our area, knows our problems. He's at a goat farm down the road from us dealing with the same issue and seeing solutions. Man, that guy like turned my hopes around for Lacy like this, and now I'm really hopeful that we're gonna see a good turnaround with her. We addressed the worms and we addressed the anemia. This is really good. So again, you know, we're not out of the woods. We just begun the dosing, but I'm very hopeful right now. My hair. This is called the stress fro. And maybe you've noticed it in the last few videos, the last 2 weeks we've been dealing with this. When my hair gets long, I go like this when I'm stressed, and that just grows and grows. And all the last 2 weeks, Kay's been like, you need a haircut, the stress fro.
Or you need to do something with it.
So, the stress fro, I'm done with the stress fro. I'm getting a haircut. I'm feeling good, and I'm getting a haircut. All right, Mama.
Maybe we can use a nap.
Oh, I can take a nap. You sweet little baby. Oh, Lace. Damn it, Lace. We tried. She's definitely gone. I got my hair cut. Get out of there. Come on. Get out of there. That was a bit of a, I don't want to say a shock, but it was not what we were expecting this morning. The vet seemed extremely like this was no big deal. He was like, nope, we'll give her the dosage. This is gonna help. You know, hit her up with this. His words were, if this doesn't do it, there's worms in there that we can't kill. And honestly, I believe him. I think that vet was right. The only thing I think that went wrong here was the timing. I think if I had had this vet instead of the other one that we started with. All right, let me give you a little bit of background here. Our previous vet that we've... Roosters are loud. Vets, and I really want to state this as I go into this explanation here. I'm not blaming our vets, the previous ones. Vets have a very unique position, especially a veterinarian who tries to help all the animals. Imagine like trying to be really knowledgeable about, 20 different species, everything from guinea pigs to cows. But as a vet, especially in our area where there aren't a ton of options, it's kind of what you got to do. You got to kind of just help everybody with everything. So I'm not knocking them for not, being able to save our goat or whatever. It's not what I'm about to. Anyway, they've been great with our dogs. They have been, from the beginning, doing our fecal analysis all the way from last year to this year, after the kidding, another time after the kidding. They've been prescribing us febendazole and ivermectin. And we have been faithfully taking the prescription, doing it, treating our girls, and just seeing a steady decline. No change. I had scheduled them to come for a visit, but they couldn't make it out till next week. So I started to say, okay, who else could we get in here? And there's another vet that we've worked with a little bit with larger livestock. Called them up and boom, they were out right away. But this guy was just so much more switched on to sheep and goats. And again, vets have so many different areas that they have to work, and I don't expect all vets to know how to handle all the goat problems. For all I know, our other vet, we were the only people with goats they were working with. Maybe they're just mostly dogs and cats, and that's okay. It's not, I'm not knocking them. It's just I'm trying to explain what the heck happened here. This second vet, he was so confident in this dosing. I feel like without a doubt, if we had got him in on this right away, I feel like Lacy and Gizmo both. If the first time we did a fecal, we brought it to this vet, he knew so much about the goat problem here in where we are, Western Pennsylvania, and he was so confident. He was like, no, give her this, give her that. I said to him, I took him aside away from my daughter and Kay, and I said, hey, are we too far gone here? And he said, no. He says, no, I don't think so at all. I think you guys she's gonna be fine. Later, as he was leaving, I went back to him, again, just by myself. I said, hey, just, again, you don't think we're too far gone? He's like, no, I don't think so. I think you're gonna be fine. I really, personally, watching how things have been going over the last couple weeks, I feel like it was a timing issue with Lacy. I feel like if we had just got this other vet, who I think is more experienced with large livestock, sheep and goats, if we had got him involved sooner, he prescribed, in the comments section and our mentors and our emails, so many people were saying don't use febendazole, instead use what he prescribed to us. There was a lot of people saying to try Quest, a lot of people trying, this was Prohibit. What he prescribed was Prohibit. So many people said use Prohibit, that's so much better, it works so much better. And unfortunately, all we got was 2 doses. This is part of homesteading, part of farming. Right now, Kay's with my daughter. My daughter is really sad about this. This is, it's been a really rough couple weeks for her with all this. So Kay's with her right now, just trying to, help her deal with all the emotion and everything with this. Sadly, actually, my son and daughter were the ones who found Lacy. They came out to do their morning chores, and they came running inside and told us that Lacy had died. So, not at all how I wanted it to go. Not what I was expecting, the vet seemed so calm. You could see in yesterday's video, I was so excited. I thought, we got this. We're gonna be all good. It's all gonna go good. And yeah, but I mean, that's farming and homesteading. We're gonna do a follow-up video, Kay and I, where we kind of break down everything that happened, and we're gonna talk about the things that, looking back, you know, it's always easier looking back to figure out what you did right and wrong. And we're gonna talk about the things that we did wrong, that if we had maybe done different, maybe we wouldn't have been here. Because we know when you go through things like this, it's really hard. The only silver lining from it is to learn from it, to say, okay, what did I do wrong? What can I do better next time? The honest truth is, this isn't the first animal that's died on my homestead, and sadly, it probably won't be the last. Animals throw curveballs at you all the time, and unless you have a couple decades worth of experience, there's a lot of new things to deal with. And moving here to this new farm, there was some new things that we were dealing with that we didn't foresee, that probably some of you watching did, because you probably have more experience in different areas than we do in certain areas. But we've learned from it, and we're going to talk about that in an upcoming video. Any of you who are thinking about goats, who've been kind of discouraged by this, on the one hand, I think that's good, because goats are a challenge. Get chickens first, don't start with goats. Goats are a challenge. But you can do it. There's a lot of people who love their goats and have a much more successful run with them. And hopefully, if you're thinking about it, we'll make our video where we talk about the things that, looking back, we realize we did wrong, that will help you if you decide to head down this path. And we'll talk about our future plans with goats in this homestead, and what we're planning, what's going to happen with my daughter. Now she's having a bad day today. She had a bad week, but today's the worst. I gotta go bury this goat. So, not the day I wanted. So let's head off back to the Hoofprint Cheese Company to buy ourselves another goat. I wore my goat gremlin shirt especially for this, just to remind myself that I'm crazy for buying another goat. Yes.
Beautiful.
These bodies can take quite a beating.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Lacey has. Yep. There you go, girl. There we go. Being a goat.
Being a goat, always want to get in trouble. And it's white back. She can just put her head over.
Oh.
Oh, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life gets so hard. Well, maybe you'll find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart.
We will always make sure if we own goats, we own at least 2, and the plan should really be to have more than 2, because they're herd animals. Hey, stop eating that. So if you're gonna make the mistake and bring these evil gremlins on your property, you better be ready for them to multiply, like gremlins always do. All right, Lacey, well, you get to know your new friends here. You guys ready for a trip? Everybody ready for a nice trip? You gonna go on the highway? You gonna be okay?
You know, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life.
Moving. That's hard, tiring, complicated. Let's throw some goats into the mix.
Things try to tear you apart. You know, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life gets so hard. Well, maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you
Yeah?
It's the perfect length for both of them to go.
Awesome. Camera's rolling. Grandma's gone.
We're putting this up in yesterday's video. You can check out by pressing the link.
Nice. Oh, so not yet? Okay, just water.
If you don't know this goat's name, it's Lacy. What is it?
There's a bit of a different spirit in the barn this morning.
Lacey is pregnant. There we go.
All right, we got it. One out.
And it's
Awesome.
alive. Oh.
And it's alive. Okay, we're good.
How do you think you would make it?
Push hard. All right, another one. Nice. Let's see if she can get her head through. Here, Lace.
Yeah, well, it was actually my
Look at
idea.
that. She goes
It
right
was
up. Last time?
I had to say something.
Oh, say something.
There's nothing bad about it.
Oh, that's pretty good. Anything to say to your grandparents?
Yes. Excellent building. Now we can go up and have dinner.
Good girl. She doesn't want us to do it, but we gotta make her do it. So 1, 2, squeeze one. There you go. Squeeze 1, 2. There you go. There you go. Good job. Squeeze 1, 2. Squeeze it. You shot me.
Oh, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life gets so hard. Well, maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart. So maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart.
Sorry.
Looks good. That's good for now.
I want to give them an extra.
All right, if you want to.
They're pretty much my animals now since I'm taking care of them.
They are. And when you have milk, you can sell some goat's milk. Lacey's looking really good. Look
Check
at
her
that.
eyelid.
I
It's
did.
probably gonna be up.
She looked really good today.
Nice. Did you like doing this? Hey, Lacey. She does that to me like every time I come up in her little window and check on her. She likes to give people kisses. And Gimbo likes to nibble on my fingers.
That's
He
what
thinks it's fun.